What you looking at, girl? What you looking at, beautiful? Yeah. Well, hardy har scavengers. Got pickles in a jar. Here we are, as promised. We're gonna do a quick little taking apart of this X-ray machine. It's one of those when you go into the dentist office. This is actually the top. This is the bottom, and it's like a big pillar that stands up, and then you have to sit totally still, and then it kind of goes. Does like a 3D scan of your face or whatever. I saw some of y'all wanted to see a video of taking one of these things apart, and so here we are. We're gonna take it apart. This guy right here in particular is gonna have nothing but pretty much aluminum on it. There's definitely gonna be some brass and some stainless on the inside, but the majority of the weight here is gonna be aluminum. As you can see, this whole base right here, that's gonna be aluminum, cast aluminum, I believe. I don't think that's die cast, it's cast aluminum. And we've got some stepper motors down here. Looks like there's gonna be some stainless right here. And then this pillar, that's just a big old solid chunk. I believe it's 2 pieces of 6063 extruded aluminum. It slides along this base here, and then somewhere it stops. I think probably this cap right here. So we'll pop this cap off. That feels like a solid chunk of aluminum too. What do you say, Merce? You want to dig into this and make it happen? Me too. All right, step up into my office. All right, that ain't gonna happen. All right, that one came out. All right, we gotta have to break her loose first before we come through. What's that? 6. Sometimes you just need a little bit of some elbow grease. That's all there is to it. Is it coming off? Oh yeah, look at that. All right, so what we got here, we're gonna put the cast aluminum in this bucket. Hopefully that holds it. And we got stainless here. And then obviously this is gonna be for our ferrets, like nuts and bolts and things like that. But always make sure when you have these buckets, no holes in the bottom, because nuts and bolts fall through holes. Ew. Something greasy on here. Whoa! Watch out! These guys go bing! There's some optical cable in there too. It actually has a calendar on here. Now that's traceability! Oh, look! He didn't make it. Jim Morrison, is that you? Whoa, yeah. There's the joining pieces. They're aluminum. All right, that's a piece of cleaned up extruded aluminum. Alright, there's a second piece. Cleaned up extruded aluminum. I guess we could just start removing nuts and bolts. See what happens. That's stainless. Vexta, Two-Face. It's a little brass on there. That's aluminum. It's gonna be actually 6061. That no, our one-off bucket. You know what I mean? Ooh. All right, let's stand her up here. Get a good look at her. That's gonna be magnetic. Yeah. Oh, there, fun. Easy, easy. Some tubular. It's a switch. Whoa, look at this thing. Get that big old plate. That's a polished aluminum plate. These must be counterweights. They're not magnetic. I think that's lead. What do y'all think? Lead? It's gotta be, it's so heavy. Well, if it is in fact lead, sort it out. It pays all right. Actually, I think lead pays around what aluminum pays, to be honest. I haven't cashed out on lead in a long time. You don't find a whole lot of lead these days. Alright, there's another good piece of cleaned up cast aluminum. Here's the gear teeth that went around the rotating table. Y'all ever see caster wheels like this? Look at that. That's some precision. Whoo, yeah. So this puppy right here is the actual mechanism, I believe, that has the X-ray stuff inside of it. The very first X-ray machine that I tried to take apart, I opened this thing and liquid came out. I saw stickers with crossbones. and skulls, and I'm like, nah, let's just leave it alone. And it even says right here that the x-ray tube contains beryllium in solid form. I don't even know what beryllium is, but it says it's bad for your health. It says proper operation, you should be safe, but I don't know what I'm doing here. So this bottom piece, it's got fluid in it. We're not even gonna mess with that. But we'll take this top piece apart and get what we can out of that. But this bottom piece, for the sake of just, you know, being safe, we're not gonna do it. See, now that's a piece of lead right there. I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, that's definitely, absolutely without a doubt, a piece of lead right there. Yeah, and then if you look down in here, we got a little sight glass right here. That's all a bunch of fluid and stuff. I don't want to open that and get into that. I don't want to do that again. There's some little brass pieces right here. That's cool, I guess. Yeah, and then this cat, like I said, if your yard will take it as breakage, throw it in there. But that's as far as I break that sucker down. I ain't trying to glow in the dark and stuff, you know what I mean? There's a little bit of stainless in here. Look at that, little stepper motors. All kinds of stuff to clean up. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get a weight on the cast aluminum, the extruded aluminum. There's a little bit of some cleaning up stuff over here, but it's really not enough to tip the scales, you know what I mean? And then a little bit of stainless, but that itself is not, you know, not enough to tip the scales. We're gonna get this and this. Put our plate here. We'll just stack. Got a plate there. There. One more. 47.5, so we call it 48 pounds cast aluminum. Boom. All right, let's get up on some of this extruded aluminum here. 20.5, so if we put this on there, what we should have an even, what, 42 pounds? 41.5, yeah, 42 pounds, 6063 extruded aluminum. If your yard actually grades the 6063 extruded, this would fall under painted. All right, let's check this guy out here. I'm pretty sure these are lead. 28 pounds, totes 2, so 26 pounds of lead. Yeah, so we got that. I got a little bit of some cleaning up to do over here, you know, just a little bit. Throw that in the big tub of the non-ferrous stuff to clean up on a pretty afternoon and get on down the road. But once again, thank y'all so much for chiming in on taking some stuff apart with Mike the Scavenger. It was awesome. See you on the next one. Peace. What we got here, y'all? Scrabbity, scrap, scrap.